गुड मॉर्निंग स्टुडंट्स. सर्वांना गणेश उत्सवाच्या हार्दिक शुभेच्छा. लेट्स कंटिन्यू विथ अवर सेकंड चॅप्टर रियल नंबर्स. As in last lecture we solved that practice set 2.1. ओके, काही स्टुडंट्सने अजूनही यूट्यूब लिंकद्वारे ते व्हिडिओज पाहिलेले दिसत नाहीत. अभ्यास सुरू करा आणि सॉल्व केलेले ते एक्झाम्पल्स 2.1 मधले तुमच्या नोटबुकमध्ये तुम्हाला लिहायचे आहेत. ओके, सो हिअर वी कंटिन्यू अवर न्यू टॉपिक, इरॅशनल नंबर्स. Okay, real numbers means what? That the numbers, rational numbers and irrational numbers together are known as real numbers. Rational numbers are those numbers, means what? That the natural number, whole number, integers, and that numbers that we can represent in P upon Q form is known as rational numbers. And the numbers which are not rational numbers are known as irrational numbers. So for example, square root of 2, square root of 3, square root of 5 means the square root of those numbers which are not perfect square numbers, or you can say that the non-terminating, non-recurring numbers like this are what? Irrational numbers. गेटिंग स्टुडंट्स, जे परफेक्ट स्क्वेअर्स नाहीत अशा नंबर्सचे स्क्वेअर रूट्स. 4 इज अ परफेक्ट स्क्वेअर नंबर बिकॉज स्क्वेअर रूट ऑफ 4 इज 2. ओके, 9 इज अ परफेक्ट स्क्वेअर नंबर. स्क्वेअर रूट ऑफ 9 इज 3. बट द नंबर लाईक 2, root 3, root 5, as we have to find out the square root of this number, these are non-terminating, non-recurring. These numbers are known as irrational numbers. Okay, understood? So as you turn on page number 23, where we have given that the decimal form of these irrational numbers, means by division method we can find that the square root of 2 or that square root value of that square root of 3 by what? Division method. So as you observe on page number 23, that the decimal form is, as you notice that expansion is non-terminating, non-recurring, and hence the number like these are known as irrational numbers. Okay, also as you turn on page number 24, where we have given that the properties of these irrational numbers, the three properties are there. That the addition or subtraction of a rational number with irrational number is an irrational number. Means you take one rational number and one as irrational number, and as you take that addition or subtraction, that number become an what? Irrational number. Getting this? What does it mean? Pay attention over here. 3 is what? Rational number. Root 2 is what? Irrational number. And as we take that addition, 3 plus root 2, so that number is an irrational number. Okay. Similarly here, 5 is what? Rational number. Root 3 is what? Irrational number. And that subtraction, 5 minus root 3, this number become an irrational number. Okay. Then similar we have second property in multiplication or division, that the multiplication or division of non-zero rational number with irrational number is also an irrational number. So addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, these four operations as we do with one rational and one irrational, then that number form with this operation is what? An irrational number. Okay. Then third one is addition, subtraction, multiplication and division of two irrational numbers can be either a rational or irrational number. This one also one property. As you taking two irrational numbers and you do that operation of the four, addition, subtraction, multiplication or division of these two irrational number, then that number you getting as either rational or irrational. Okay students, pay attention over here. So here we take one example of multiplication, that two numbers root 6 and root 6 are what? Irrational numbers. As we take that product, the product is what? Root 36. Okay, but root 36, that the value is what? 6, because square root of 36 is 6. Means here as we take the product of two irrational number, we get that product as rational number. Okay, but as we taking here again two other irrational numbers, that the root 3 and root 5, and we take that product, so that product is equal to what? Root 15, which is irrational number. Okay, getting this point, that the product of, or that multiplication of two irrational number is either rational or irrational number, and same we get this property for addition, subtraction and division also. Okay students, so you can verify this property as taking any two numbers, irrational numbers, so you get that addition, subtraction, multiplication and division is either rational number or irrational number. Okay students, so the next point is what? Square root of negative number. For example, square root of minus 5, that minus 5 is what? Negative number, and in this case, that the square root of this negative number, we can say it is not a real number. Okay, means what? That the square root of that minus 5 is not rational or irrational number, and hence we can say that number is not a real number. Why we say this, that the square root of root 5 is not real number? Because we know that the property is the square of any real number is always non-negative. Okay, for example, minus 2 is what? Real number, means it's an integer, so square of minus 2 is what? 4. Root 7, that root 7 is irrational number, square of that root 7 is what? 7. Or you can say minus of root 3 square, here minus sign is outside that square root sign. Okay, so that square of that minus of root 3 is what? 3. Means as we do that square of any real number, it is non-negative, means it's always positive. But as you square this number, square root of minus 5, so notice here that the square of that root of minus 5 you are getting as minus 5, which is negative, and that property is that the square of any real number is always non-negative, and hence we can say that the square root of this negative number is not a real number. Okay, and now using these properties of irrational number, we have to solve that next practice set 2.2, where we have to prove, or we have to show that given number is an irrational number, and to prove this we use what? Indirect method. Okay, and there are some examples that we have to represent that irrational numbers on a number line also. Okay, so pay attention, and here we do start that practice set 2.2. Okay students, so before to do start that practice set 2.2, as you turn on page number 22, where we have that one statement that we have to prove that given number root 2 is irrational number, and here we give that proof by using indirect method. Okay, so what we do here to prove that root 2 is an irrational number, first we assume that the given number root 2 is not an irrational number, and if it is not an irrational number, means what? That root 2 is rational number, and if it is rational number, so we can express this root 2 as in form of what? P upon Q form. Okay, root 2 is an irrational number, हे प्रूव्ह करायचं आहे, but we prove it by indirect proof method, means we assume that it is not irrational, and hence we can say root 2 is rational, and any rational we can express in what? P upon Q form. So P upon Q is what? Reduced form of rational number. आता हे P upon Q reduced form means what? As a संक्षिप्त रूप, लहानात लहान. So it means that P and Q have no common factor other than 1. Okay. So we can say root 2, which is not an irrational number, means that root 2 is a rational number, and hence we can express as in P upon Q form. So that value of root 2 is equal to what? P upon Q. And as we square that both sides, what we get? Square root of 2 is 2, and here in right hand side also as we square both sides, so we get P square upon Q square, and hence that the value of that P square equal to what? 2Q square. We getting this as by cross multiplication. Here what we get? P square equal to 2Q square. And what is that meaning of this P square equal to 2Q square? That P square is even. Why it is even? Because as we multiply that Q square by what? 2, and even if that Q square value is odd, and as we multiply it by 2, so that number become is even number. 2 ने कुठल्याही नंबरला मल्टिप्लाय केल्यावर काय होणार? इवन नंबरच मिळणार. सो P square is even. And what is it mean? That P is also even means what? 2 is a factor of P. आता P even झाला, and if P is even means त्याचा मिनिमम लिस्ट फॅक्टर किती असेल? that 2 is a factor of P. 2, 4, 6, 8, whatever you get that P square as even, it have that 2 is a factor. Okay, and therefore we can say that value of P is equal to what? 2 into T. आता P ची व्हॅल्यू काय कन्सिडर करतोय आपण? 2 फॅक्टरनुसार ती काय असू शकते? 2T. that T means what? T is any integer. Getting this? T काय असेल? any integer असू शकतो की ज्याला 2 ने मल्टिप्लाय होणार, because P is an even which having 2 as a factor. So P equal to 2T, and as we square these both sides we get P square equal to 4T square again. Why we do so? That we again square here because P square इकडे काय मिळतोय आपल्याला? P चा आपण एक फॅक्टर दाखवला. काय दाखवला? that 2 is a factor of P. वरती काय म्हणतोय? P and Q have no common factor other than 1, आणि इकडे काय म्हणतोय? P is also even means 2 is a factor of P. मग तसंच आपण काय करणार? Q साठी पण 2 as a factor दाखवणार, and hence here we get that equation 2Q square equal to P square. Now as numerator P having 2 as a factor, तसंच आता कोणाला दाखवायचं आहे? Q साठी पण as a 2 as a factor आपण प्रूव्ह करणार, and hence we do square here both side. P square equal to 4T square we getting as we squaring both sides. And why we do so? Because here we get 2Q square equal to P square, and we say P square equal to what? 4T square. So we replace this P square with this 4T square, so we get 2Q square equal to 4 small t square. Okay, so as we dividing both side by 2, 2 is a common factor, so Q square equal to, again we get 2T square, and 2T square, what does it mean? T may be any integer, but as we multiply it by 2, that number become again even number, means Q square is also even, and Q square is even means what? That Q is also even, and it means 2 is a factor of Q. Getting this? In first statement, as we consider that the given root 2 is not an irrational number, means we assume that root 2 is a rational number, and hence we express in the form of P upon Q form, where P and Q is what? Reduced form. एकदम लहानात लहान reduced form है, where P and Q have no common factor other than 1. But as we solve this, what we get? That the numerator part P is even, where 2 is a factor of P. वरती काय म्हणतोय आपण? P has no common factor other than 1, and as we simplify this, we get P is even, means that 2 is a factor of P, and same way here we get that Q is also even, where 2 is factor of Q, and from statement 1 and 2, 2 is what? Common factor of P and Q both, which contradicts this part. As we assume that 2 root 2 is a rational, means काय? Wrong statement आपण कन्सिडर केलं, सो इथे पण आपल्याला काय मिळते? रॉंगच मिळालं. बिकॉज रूट 2 इज अ रॅशनल कन्सिडर केला, सो रॅशनल नंबर इज एक्सप्रेस इन P upon Q form, where that P and P upon Q form is what? Reduced form, which that P and Q have no common factor other than 1. But here we getting that 2 is a common factor of P and Q both, and this contradictory because in P upon Q we have assumed that P and Q have no common factor except 1. So our assumption that root 2 is a rational number is wrong, and hence we can say root 2 is irrational number. Okay students, so like this we have that 3 marks question in exam, that prove given number is irrational number. So this solved by indirect method, म्हणजे जे दिले ते wrong कन्सिडर करायचं. वी हॅव टू प्रूव्ह रूट 2 इज अ इरॅशनल नंबर. वी अज्युम दॅट इट इज नॉट इरॅशनल, आणि इरॅशनल नसेल म्हणजे ऑप्शन काय होणार? रॅशनल. अँड रॅशनल नंबर इज एक्सप्रेस इन P upon Q फॉर्म. P upon Q मध्ये पण काय? It is reduced form, which that both numerator and denominator P and Q have no common factor other than 1. But as we square them and simplify it, what do you get? That numerator P and Q have one more common factor as 2, which contradicts that this part. आता हे wrong मिळालं. कशामुळे wrong मिळालं? Because our assumption is wrong. म्हणजे तो रॅशनल नंबर असणं शक्य नाही. इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल दॅट रूट 2 इज रॅशनल, अँड इट मीन्स रूट 2 इज इरॅशनल नंबर. ओके, सो यू हॅव टू राईट डाऊन, यू हॅव टू सपोज टू राईट दिस theorem, you can say in your notebook also. Okay, and now we start our practice set 2.2. So here that first question is, show that the number 4 root 2 is an irrational number. So it is also same as we studied in that one example on page number 22. Here also we use that indirect method. So in indirect method, what we assume that the given number 4 root 2 is not an irrational number, and it means it is a rational number. Okay, so here we write down that statement as, let us assume that 4 root 2 is not an irrational number, means it is a rational number, and hence it can be expressed in form P upon Q. Okay, so here we write down, so 4 root 2 equal to P upon Q, where that P and Q are integers and that Q denominator is non-zero. Okay, and now again we simplify it and we prove that our assumption is wrong. So pay attention over here students. So here that next step is we taking this 4 to right side, so we get root 2 equal to P upon 4Q. Getting this students? This 4 which is in multiplication, as you take to right side, it is in denominator, and hence we have to multiply that 4 with Q, so number becomes P upon 4Q. Why we do so? Because here we say that number is not an irrational number, means it is a rational, and any rational number we can express in P upon Q form. Okay, so P upon Q is what? Rational number. Okay, 4 is also what? As you very well know that 4 is also a rational number. So as we taking that 4 in denominator with Q, the number becomes P upon 4Q. If P is an integer, q is an integer, here we mention it. 4 also is an integer, and product of two integers also an integer. So 4q is also integer, and p upon 4q now it becomes rational number. Okay, getting this point? And if that right hand side part, that p upon 4q is rational, but we exactly know that left side that remains root 2 is what? An irrational number. And it's also true that the irrational number is not equal to rational number, and hence we get here contradiction as root 2 equal to p upon 4q, which is contradictory. म्हणजे काय झालं? wrong मिळालं. It's wrong because irrational number always not equal to rational number. Getting this, students? For right side ला घेतला p upon 4q. p upon q rational number. We multiply with again with rational. Product of two rational also rational. मग integer म्हणा किंवा rational म्हणा. Okay. p q integers आहेत. 4 also integer. 4 into q become integer. Okay. Numerator integer, denominator integer, so that form is rational number. Or you can say p upon q is what? Rational number. 4 is also rational number. So दोन rational number ची division also a rational number. So right hand side part, that p upon 4q is what? A rational number, and that left side remains, as we prove that root 2 is what? Irrational number. And it's also true that the irrational number not equal to rational number. But what we here get, that irrational number equal to rational number, which is wrong, and that wrong statement is known as contradictory. Okay, and why we get so? Because our assumption is wrong that 4 root 2 is not irrational number is wrong. And if it is not irrational number, then what we can say, that given number 4 root 2 is an irrational number. So this is the example of indirect method. Okay, students? So example like this also you have for 2 marks in exam, that show that given number is an irrational number. Okay, आता इथे स्क्वेअर्स वगैरे का नाही केले? Because here we getting one rational, one irrational. So take that rational part right side. So right side becomes rational number. Getting this? And here remains only irrational. And we can say that irrational number not equal to rational number. It's true always. And here we get that false statement, which is contradiction. And why we get this contradiction? Because our assumption is wrong, and if it is wrong, then that given statement is correct. Okay, so like this you have 2 mark question in exam. Okay, so here you pause the video and write these statements in your classwork book. Okay, students, in the regular notebook. And now we start for that second one. Okay, now second one is also as similar as first. You have to show that given number 3 plus root 5 is an irrational number. So in property that we studied about this, if one is rational and one is irrational, then that addition of that two numbers is also irrational number, and here we have to prove it. So again here we use that same method, indirect method. So first let us assume that given number 3 plus root 5 is not an irrational number, means it is a rational number, and hence that number can be expressed in p upon q form. So here we write down that the 3 plus root 5, as we assume it is a rational number, means that value in numerator denominator form is p upon q, where p and q are integers and q is non-zero. And now what we do here, we keep this root 5 value as it is, and we take this 3 to right side. So that number becomes root 5 equal to what? P upon Q minus 3. Getting this? As you taking this number 3 to right side, so addition is here, so we change that operation as minus 3. Okay, and what we observe here, students, that P upon Q is what? Rational number. 3 is also what? Rational number, and subtraction of two rational numbers is always rational number, and hence we can say, but here right hand side part P upon Q minus 3 is what? A rational number. Getting this? And that remaining left hand side part is what? Root 5, which is an irrational number. And what we getting? That irrational number equal to rational number here, which is contradiction, and hence we say that we know that the irrational number is not equal to rational number. This is a true statement, but here we get false statement. And why we get this false, this contradiction? Because our assumption is wrong, that you have to change, and hence that root 5 equal to P upon Q minus 3 is a contradictory. This is the false statement, which is known as contradiction or contradictory part. And why we get this contradiction or contradictory? Because our assumption that 3 plus root 5 is not a rational number is wrong. And if it is wrong, then what is true? That given statement is true, means 3 plus root 5 is an irrational number. Okay, so like this you have 2 mark questions in exam. Okay, students, shall we proceed? Okay, now next, third one. So here we do start with third question, that represent the numbers root 5 and root 10 on a number line. Okay, so first we draw one number line. So here you see as a number line. As you observe here, students, from here as center 0 on your right hand side, here we taking that positive integers, and left hand side of that 0 negative integers. Okay, and that each integer have equidistant from other, and we taking it as 2 centimeter distance between that each integer, means that 2 centimeter is what? Your 1 unit. Okay, so usually on number line only integers we can take, and now we have to represent that given root 5 and root 10 means what? Irrational numbers on a number line. So method is, pay attention over here. So in downside I bifurcate that part. So from 0 to 1, here I take 3 centimeter as 1 unit. Okay, so what we do here, students, on that 1, here I want draw one perpendicular, see here. Okay, and what we do here, on this perpendicular we take same 1 unit distance over perpendicular. Okay, so as you put that pointer on 1, and here you take that same 1 unit distance on this perpendicular, like this. Understood, students? So here is that 3 centimeter as your 1 unit, so same distance 3 centimeter means that 1 unit we taking over here. Okay, then using scale join this, join these 2 points. Okay, that 0 and here as we taking that 1 unit. So here as you observe you get what? Right angle triangle. So from 0 to 1 it's your 1 unit, and from 1 to here is also your 1 unit. So what happens, students, as you find out this hypotenuse, that hypotenuse you getting what? Using Pythagoras theorem, and using Pythagoras this value getting it as root 2. Okay, then put that metal point on 0 and measure this distance using rounder. Okay, and make a mark on number line over here. So means what? This is the distance of what? Root 2 you getting on number line over here. Okay, like this. Means what? Here on number line you getting root 2. Okay, now as you taking that one more perpendicular on root 2 like this, and take same 1 unit distance on perpendicular. Okay, so here I measure that 1 unit from here on that next perpendicular. Okay, like this, and then again this point is join from 0. Okay, as like this you join this 1 unit distance from 0. So here again you get one more right angle triangle. So means what? From 0 to root 2, this total distance is root 2 now. Okay, and here you getting that 1 unit perpendicular. So that hypotenuse now becomes, according to Pythagoras, root 3. So here I explain that part. Here OAB is what? Right angle triangle, where from O to A that the distance is root 2. Okay, here from 0 to root 2 the distance is root 2, as over here as you observe, and that perpendicular distance AB is 1. So OB is now hypotenuse. Okay, so according to Pythagoras, OB square equal to OA square plus AB square. As you substitute those values, OA is root 2 square plus square of that AB means 1. Simplify it, square of root 2 is 2 plus square of 1 is 1. 2 plus 1 3, and as you taking that square root, that OB is now root 3. Then again put that metal point on 0 and make a curve over here on number line. Okay, students, so as like this you make a curve here which intersect that number line, so you will get root 3. Okay, this is the basic how to represent that numbers on number line. Means suppose that question is show the root 2 and root 3 on number line, means you have to draw that perpendicular on one of that same unit, 1 unit, and join from 0, that hypotenuse becomes root 2. So you make a curve on number line, you get root 2. Okay, then again on root 2 you draw one more perpendicular with that same 1 unit, join with 0, so that hypotenuse is now root 3. So as you make that curve on number line, you get root 3. Then again draw one more perpendicular on root 3 of same unit, 1 unit, then you get root 4. And root 4 means what? You getting that 2. Okay, and then as you draw that perpendicular on root 4, means on 2 you get root 5, like this. Okay, so now here as you have to represent that root 5 only, so it is not supposed to draw that perpendicular on 1, so you get root 2, then perpendicular on root 2, so you get root 3. You can directly draw that perpendicular on 2, okay, of 1 unit, like this. Okay, and now put that metal point on 2 and take a measure of 1 unit. Okay, this is your 1 unit. That 2 centimeter is your 1 unit on number line, on this number line. Okay, so then draw that marking on that perpendicular of 1 unit. Okay, like this. Then using scale, join this point from 0. Okay, so here we get that right angle triangle at the side. This side is of 2 units and this one 1 unit. So square of 2 is 4 plus square of 1 is 1. 4 plus 1, so the hypotenuse become now root 5. Okay, and then put that metal point on 0. Take the distance up to this point, end point, and draw this curve on number line. So you will get root 5 on number line, like this. Okay, as you draw this curve is here that intersect on number line, so the distance you getting as root 5 over here. So understood this concept. To represent that root 5, you have to draw a perpendicular on root 4, means on 2. To represent root 2, you have to draw that perpendicular on root 1, means on 1. To represent root 3, perpendicular is on root 2. For root 4, you have to draw perpendicular on root 3. For root 5, you have to draw perpendicular on root 4, means that previous number. And similarly now for root 10, you have to draw perpendicular on what? Root 9. Yes, and root 9 means you have to draw perpendicular on 3 of same 1 unit. Okay students, so if you draw that perpendicular on root 5, you get root 6. For root 10, previous number is root 9, and root 9 means that number is perfect square number, so that value is 3, means you have to draw that perpendicular on 3 of 1 unit. Okay students, so pay attention. Here I put that metal point on 2, so I already measure that 1 unit distance on this perpendicular, and same distance I will take on new perpendicular. So here I get that 1 unit length on new perpendicular. Okay, and then this intersection point I'll join to 0. Okay, then put metal point on 0 and again draw this curve which passing through this intersection point, which intersect number line on, you get here root 10. Okay, so like this you have 3 marks question in exam. Okay student, now we proceed for our next question, question number 4. Okay, now fourth one is write any 3 rational numbers between the 2 numbers given below. So here you have to solve 4 examples. That the first one, that 2 numbers are 0.3 and minus of 0.5, that the decimal numbers are given, and we are supposed to write any 3 rational numbers between these 2 numbers. So method is, we write the numbers in what? Descending order, as like this: 0.3, 0.2, 0.1, 0, then negative numbers minus of 0.1, minus of 0.2, up to what? Minus of 0.5. It's like as we taking that measures on scale. Patti. Okay, here is 0, here is 1, then we have that 10 equal parts, that of millimeter: 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9 and 1. So here we have that 0.3, means that in descending order we get 0.2, 0.1, then we get 0, and as we taking number line, so we get negative numbers as like minus of 0.1, minus of 0.2, like this. So as we write these numbers in descending order from 0.3 to minus of 0.5, and now we write any three numbers between these two numbers. Okay, so like this you can write any three numbers between these 0.3 and minus of 0.5. so here I write down as 0.2 minus of 0.1 minus of 0.4. okay, or you can write any three consecutive numbers also, but do not write this 0.3 and minus of 0.5 here. okay, because you have to write down the numbers which are between these two numbers. Understood, students? Okay, now we try for the next one. Next you have to write down that three rational numbers between minus of 2.3 and minus of 2.33. so what we observe here, students, that the first number is in 1 decimal and second one in is 2 decimal. so what we do here, we convert this 1 decimal number into 2 decimal numbers. so we get as like this, minus of 2.3 equal to what? Minus of 2.30. as we increase that one or more zero on right hand side part of the decimal, so that value does not change. okay, so here we write both numbers in 2 decimal. We convert this first number as minus of 2.3 equal to what? Minus of 2.30, and second number as it is minus of 2.33. but as we write down ascending or descending order that between numbers, so what we get, students, observe here, minus of 2.30, then we increase it by 0.1, so minus of 2.31, minus of 2.32, minus of 2.33, means we get only two rational numbers between these two given numbers in 2 decimal. okay, so but we have to write three rational numbers. so what we do here, yes, again we increase one more zero on both, so the value does not change. so minus of 2.3, now we write minus of 2.300, and minus of 2.33 we write down as minus of 2.330, means from 300 to 330 we have 28 numbers in between these two rational numbers. Understood, students? Like this. Understood, students? so to write that three rational numbers between these given two rational numbers, what we do, we convert both numbers in what? 3 decimals, and then we write down this sequence and we write any three rational numbers between given numbers. okay, pay attention over here. so like this we write down that the numbers in again descending order like this, and from these numbers you have to supposed to write any three rational numbers. so here I write down as minus of 2.301, minus of 2.312, minus of 2.319, or you may write three consecutive numbers also. okay, excluding these two, right? so like this you have to mark example in exam. okay, students, so remaining that third and fourth example of question number 4 I will keep as your homework, students. okay, so here we complete our practice set 2.2. okay, students, so if you have any difficulty, so please WhatsApp me on my personal number, and if you understood this part, then give me comment on comment box. okay, thank you, bye bye.